Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever or whatever you identify as, and welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody's well and feeling okay. The jumper's on. It's getting cold in the shed of dread. It must be the winter time. So, hello to Noel at Tidy Zone. Nice to see you here, mate. Hello, Colin. Hello, Daniel, you legend. How are you, sir? Hello, Jack, and hello, Salico. Right then, let's get into it, guys and girls, and whoever's watching, and any case. And hello, John. Welcome to you all. Right then, I don't know whether anyone's seen it. Some have, some haven't, some maybe not. But there's a new article in the Radio Times where Yasmin Finney, who's going to play Rose, has had her say. And that's where the line, "Why do they keep doing this?" comes from. Now, hi, Lord Foe. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you here again. Thank you very much for joining me. Right then, so I've done a couple of videos on obviously the current situation in relation to Disney and all such things, and I've always said that I understand where where people are coming from and where people have issues and concerns. Like myself, I have some issues, I have some concerns. But just recently, Russell's kept it down a bit. Shooty's saying all the right things and looking good and exciting, and and I still am cautiously optimistically looking forward to it until another little fly in the ointment has to be thrown, does it not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the article quickly. It's not very long. It's only a short little burst because it was from an interview that Yasmin did with Vogue. So it's only going to be short, and then we'll sort of cover it. So Doctor Who's Yasmin Finney says Rose casting will, in quotes, change the world. The transgender actress will be making her Doctor Who debut next year. This was written by Lauren Morris, and it was released Thursday, the 3rd of November. With Jodie Whittaker's... Oh, hold on a second. Is there any reason that I should actually care what Yasmin... Probably not, but the problem is what she's... it's this sniping. With Jodie Whittaker's era of Doctor Who now officially over, it's time to look forward, which we're all trying to do, to the show's 2023 specials, which will see Heartstopper's Yasmin Finney take on the new role of Rose. While Doctor Who fans don't know a huge amount about next year's 60th anniversary episodes, apart from who's in them, and that's pretty much about it. Finney teased that her casting is going to change the world. Speaking to Vogue, Finney opened up about becoming the first transgender actress to play a main role on the long-running BBC sci-fi drama. "It will change the world," she said, before adding she couldn't say much more about it. Okay. "There are spies. If I talk about the Whoniverse, it's over," she said. All I can say is I feel honoured to be seen by Russell. I remember growing up idolizing it. Finney also praised the very inclusive iteration of the show. "I'm happy to be the representation on the show, and that means a lot to so many." The BBC announced that Finney will be joining the cast of Russell T Davies's Doctor Who back in May, with the incoming showrunner saying, "Life on Doctor Who is about to get brighter and wilder. How can there be another Rose? You will find out in 2023, but it's been an absolute joy to welcome Yasmin to the Doctor Who set. We fell in love with her in Heartstopper, which was one of those sorry, it's been a long day. One of those shows which changes the world. Did it? And now Yasmin can change the Whoniverse." Davies isn't the only Doctor Who staple return to the show. For the 60th anniversary, David Tennant and Catherine Tate are reprising their roles as, well, he says 10/14th. Well, we all know it's now been the 14th Doctor and Donna Noble, with the fans watching Whittaker's Doctor regenerating to Tennant last month. Yes, we did. Yes, we did indeed. And that literally is it. Now, we can see how it's going to go. Sadako, her casting will be climate change. So, in other words, she's a fake fan. She doesn't love the show. She loves the representation. That's the thing. It's the same article from the announcement the day Yasmin was revealed, lol. The journalist basically repeated the same old crap. And you are surprised? I mean, remember, we don't have journalists now. We just have people who write. I've read the article. It says nothing to note, but much with promotion of Yasmin Finney, a pile of all nonsense, bullcrap, ignore. Exactly. But the thing is, why do we have to? I mean, if that's what Noel's saying there is true, why do we need to reiterate it? Why do we need to re-mention it? Because people are going to get upset about it, and it's going to throw another fly in the ointment. Hello, Melvin. Nice to meet you. I don't know why you're pulling yourself, mate. We all know this is going to be a woke disaster. There's nothing else it could be. Well, the thing is, we keep having these moments where it's all looking good and then this comes along. But again, if this was the announcement for the day that Yasmin was actually released, why do we feel the need to release it again? Albert Finney's playing Rose. My bad. You would have thought after obviously told to rein it in, the same would have been said to Yasmin, but sadly not. Well, it does beg the question, and this is why I just did it, because if Noel said that this is what she said when she was first announced, there must be a valid reason why we feel that we have to release it again. Now, she's done an article in Vogue. I have read the article in Vogue. It's just about her life, which is okay, fair enough. I'm not going to argue. How do we stop transphobia? Stop banging on it and drawing attention to it. Exactly. A bit like, you remember the famous one with Morgan Freeman, when he was asked, I think it was by Johnny Carson, how do we stop racism? And he just goes, stop talking about it. I promise not to call you a white man. And if you promise to stop calling me a black man, and that's how you end racism. It's literally that simple, really. Exactly. This was already in the news, but these actors need to keep it going. Exactly. So why do the Radio Times need to release this again? Exactly. I was thinking of, it's the thing is, if you want acceptance, stop shouting about it, because doing things like this and going for the inclusion and inclusivity and it's all this and it's all that doesn't draw you the press attention or the attention that you think it does. What it does is it just promotes problems. And you wonder why people are frustrated, annoyed, worried, and everything else, where we've got this doom-mongering, well, not doom-mongering, actually, this fear, this worry that it's just going to be another version of what we've had. Detroit agitators reply with privilege. Nothing to talk about in Doctor Who times at the moment. They just keep banging the same drum. So why don't they just stop banging the same drum? Why don't they just try and do something a little bit more positive? I mean, as I said before, we've got from now, well, in fact, it will be a year almost from, this month, a whole year of where they've got plenty of time to say things, but we have to just keep picking away, just keep having a little snipe at things. It's unnecessary. Well, again, that's the problem. I mean, the thing is, you're going to get the right attitude, which is what John said, which is just, okay, whatever, and ignore it. But you're also going to see that this is going to be seized upon and seen as trying to pour more petrol on the fire to keep it warming up, because it's about inclusivity and representation. And a lot of people know that with those two words, there comes a lot of, well, we've seen all this before and in films and TV, and they've never done any good whatsoever. And the problem is, again, as I've said before, is with the Doctor Who fandom as it is, or the scattered remnants of the fandom, depending on where you are. What a crock of shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. That article's a crock of shit. It's just trying to stir shit up. That's all it's about. This is just going to cause aggro, and I presume that's what it is. I mean, they always say there's what is it? There's no such thing as bad press, no bad advertising. And that's exactly what this is, because it's going to get people talking again. It's going to keep it there. It's going to keep it fresh in people's minds. But are they going to be able to keep this up for the entire year by recycling, old interviews and stirring trouble up all the time instead of perhaps just dropping nice things? I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why the Radio Times felt the need to put this out. Other than obviously because it's, related to the BBC, and the BBC have got to keep ticking the boxes and sending out the right virtue signals every 5 minutes. But this isn't going to help. It really isn't going to help, because this ties into her famous thing that she did at the Trans Pride March back in Pride Month. That was JNT's philosophy. No publicity is bad publicity. Well, exactly. But the thing is now, I'm a bit concerned what they're going to come up with next. Because personally, I think it would be wise for them to just keep it very on the QT. Just drop little subtle hints every now and again about what's possibly going to happen in the 60th. And just try and keep it positive, not do these sort of things. The media also want division. They thrive and revel in the conflict, and they want further splits. Yeah, well, this is very true. And this is very true in life in general, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, they want us to... there you go. There's a link there. May 16th. So we wait till November the 3rd to repeat this. Why? Look, I'm trying to be a bit more positive. We'd love to hear about monsters for a change. Remember when the Doctor was a sci-fi show? What, instead of a soap? Because that's what it feels like. Cheers, Noel. There you go. So you can click on that link and see probably almost practically word for word what was actually said in this article. It's just unbelievable. I mean, the Vogue bit, which this is actually apparently quoted from, which has been interesting. Just bringing it up now. See, the Vogue article came out on the 2nd of November. There you go. I remember them because I reported on it then. Exactly. No, it wasn't. It was someone called Lauren. It was written by a lady called Lauren Morris. Just click on that. And she covers film and television. She writes a lot of stuff about Love Island. There you go. Awesome. Fantastic. Brilliant. So yeah, but the Vogue article was the 2nd of November. And basically she's on the cover of Vogue December 2022, and a British Vogue, should I say. And then it's basically an interview with her, obviously doing the Vogue thing with the pictures and such things. She's wonderful. But there is just a small section. Here we go. It says a dream for any young. I mean, how many young trans actors can you name in the long-running prime-time BBC dramas? Not to mention a series as quintessentially Middle England. What? Middle England? Really? There's Doctor Who. You think England? It's Middle England. It's aimed at. I very much doubt that. When Dorothy sees his new Doctor, going to be laughing his backside off. He doesn't need to show him. The humans did it for him. Has he still got a backside, Davros? Right, question. So, in any case, it will change the world, she says, knowing eyes sparkling over high cheekbones. As Finney sips from a Technicolor slushy in Inflator Nations cafe, a candy cane halter neck and bubblegum trackies matching the purple pink seats. It's unclear of how much her life will change too. On the air in various guises since 1963, next year will mark the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, with the latest series expected to be watched by millions all around the world. Well, we can hope, can't we? A few shows have as ardent legion of superfans worldwide, although Heartstopper is a close contender. So you're comparing Heartstopper, which anyone here watched it? Apparently it has more superfans than Doctor Who. According to which he has cables. Well, there you go. I didn't think he had a horse. I'm already cringing to the end of my seat. I thought drawing attention to a trans person previously identified as her was, or exactly. Strike a pose, it's all the posturing. Never even heard of Heartstopper. Probably does now, lol. Yeah, apparently due to Vogue, there's more as many super fans for that there is for Doctor Who. Very interesting. When the Rush showrunner Rusty Davies asked for its reboot in 2005, Billy Piper with his first rose and went from faded pop star to treasured leading lady. He'd be laughing his cables off then. That would be painful. After propelling the show to its former glory with that golden run, he left. Now he makes a full circle return, back with another rose to breathe new life into the Hooververse. And then there's the spies bit. There are spies. If I talk about Hooniverse, it's over. She deadpans. Although a bunch of panicked PR calls the next day revealed this is not entirely a joke. The superfans are probably the same ones as the Ring of the Air. Indeed. I remember growing up idolizing in this very inclusive iteration. I'm happy to be the representation on the show that means a lot to so many. There you go. And she apparently had or has 1.8 million followers on TikTok, and that's where everybody got to spot her or something. So, simple message is that's also a very well. We know, don't we? We've all experienced these super fans. Oh, I forgot when it's cold in the shed. My coffee goes cold quick. So, we have yet again another attempt at stirring the trouble. Is that supposed to be an achievement? I guess in their eyes it is, but Vogue would sing the praises of a show like Heartstopper. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I'll be honest. It's not right up there with things to watch on my watch list. That's just all these in here yet to watch, and I've still got things to do. I've still got videos to sort out, but that's all for later on. When I haven't got Doctor Who, hopefully, to talk about for much longer, for a bit, any case, while we get a bit of a break, and we can talk about other things, sci-fi-ish. But there you go. So we've clearly now, as Noel has said, we're now repeating an interview and words that were said over last May when she was announced to come. What an nasty thing she represents a community. Well, don't you find that they all say that? When anyone gets in sort of any group of whatever, they automatically, if they get a position, automatically become the representation of that group when they're not. They're not. It's very much akin. I was just watching something just before I came in while I was eating my dinner. Where someone was talking about things like when they go, women say, or black people say, or Asian people say, or white men say. And it's like everything has to be grouped into sections. We should talk about the Big Finish releases sometime. Get some positive Who vibes. Well, you know what? I might do that. It'd be interesting to. Why not? Yeah, Big Finish. I don't think Big Finish gets much of a coverage, does it? I've never really seen anyone sort of. I know we've all touched on it, but it would be nice to try and get some positive Who vibes. Thing is, I mean, look, I've said it before. I'm cautiously optimistic. Stuff like this doesn't really help. And it will reinforce a lot of people's opinions that that's it, I'm never going back again, which is a shame, but I understand. And you can see where people come from when they get this sort of stuff that reinforces the view that things are not going to change. You know, I've already read a few people saying, oh yeah, there's more proof it's going to be a bait and switch thing, and the negativity is huge. And I understand the negativity of people. I really genuinely do. I see where they're coming from. I understand what they're saying. I get it. But there's also some things to look forward to. And it's very difficult at times to. Sorry, I do apologise. Sorry. Not on TikTok, not since I stopped out. I'm a boomer by high standards. Well, who knows? But as I said, I get it. I get, but I'm trying. I'm also trying to be positive. I'm trying to think. Well, maybe Doctor Who's going to be good. I know some people think, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's going to be well. If it is, it is. And if it turns out that it's that, well, obviously things are going to have to be said. I think I'm always. I just want to be able to sit and talk about something good. My problem is all these actors and actresses, if they did their talking on screen, it would be a different story, but it ended up being crap. Exactly. The best, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. A lot of people are going to come back for the 60th because, just like my wife, it's David Tennant and they want to watch David Tennant. And as much as it will probably aggrieve Yasmin Finney to hear this, probably the vast majority of people who watch it and see her aren't going to know she's trans. It's just a statement of fact. It literally is. So it's all right. Crying, I'm representative of my set of people, but that loses its power when the vast majority of people probably won't even know, unless, of course, we're going to Bill Potts it and keep reminding people over and over and over again that she's trans. But in reality, I mean, when my wife watches it, because she will, I bet she don't notice. I bet most people who are watching coming back because it's Tennant won't know. They will have no clue. So it's no good banging on about being because no one's going to notice. And if no one notices, that's surely a good thing. I would say, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you say that it's a good thing that she's accepted for what she is and what she looks like and how she acts? So why make it about, oh, look at me? Because you don't need to. And I guarantee you a lot of people won't even notice. They will if she goes on. Well, that's a possibility. But I don't see the benefit. I don't see the point of trying to make it. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I actually like Bill Potts as a character. I really do. I thought she was a great companion. I really enjoyed her. I thought she was enjoyable. And I think Pearl Mack is a good actor. So I'd rather judge Yasmin on her acting. That's all. Exactly. So instead of her screaming this stuff out, and well, ages ago, and then apparently having to repeat it again, spot on, buddy. Yeah, that's what we. I mean, thing is, Yes. The thing is, that's what it should be. Because if you start screaming about representation and includes, people are going to look at it and not just judge you for what you are. I, to me, I'm not fussed really, because as long as it comes, and she's a great actress, and you know, and all that, I just genuinely don't care. I just don't see the point of shouting from the rooftops to try and make it something about something that it shouldn't really be about. Exactly. She felt sufficiently serious about her identity and she went through all that stress. I hope it works for her, which is why I wonder people suggesting that she's not a woman. Wow, is someone else other than me actually like Bill Potts' character? Yeah, no, I thought she was. I quite enjoyed Bill Potts as a character. I genuinely did. I thought she was good. I quite enjoyed her. I really did. Yeah, I remember you doing that. Well, okay, I'll have a look, shall I say? I'll have a look, and I've got a few other things sort of simmering away on the back burner, but yeah, I'll have a look. I've never been a big Finish fan, to be fair. I'm not a massive audio book fan, but you know, there you go. I love Bill Potts. It's the Bill Potts Appreciation Society. Hi, Jade. Nice of you to join us. I hope you're okay. Yeah, Bill Potts is a great and much better than Jenna Coleman. Although, don't get me wrong, eye candy wise, Jenna Coleman, absolutely, but it did kind of become her show, didn't it? There you go. Bill was indeed a delight. She most certainly was. I thought her interactions with Peter were brilliant. I really did. And it was a refreshing change to have that level of companion. I just thought she was great. I just felt it, you know, there wasn't the need. Step up from Clara for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do think Pearl Mackey's portrayal of Bill is underappreciated. But then again, a lot of people feel, I mean, I like Martha Jones. Aggie Freeman's portrayal was brilliant. But you see, again, the companions are just as controversial and fan splitting as the Doctor themselves. You know, some people like certain companions, other people don't. See, I have a problem when it's coming to the 60th because I really don't like Donna Noble. I can't stand Catherine Tate, and I don't like Donna Noble. Now, that's probably going to upset a few people, but I just just do it for me. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it. Thing about Clara, especially across 12, is the intentionally grating, aggressive, and still, yeah, exactly. It became Clara. It became the Clara show. In all intents and purposes, because she was portrayed as this very important linchpin of the whole Doctor's history, when in reality it's not. I seem to be honest, not particular fan of Donna. No, I'm not a huge Donna fan. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Martha was very good indeed. She was. Martha Jones was great. Yep, brilliant. And see, I want to see the 60s as much for Catherine Tate as David Tennant. Love Donna. Well, that's great. Yeah, not a Donna fan either. It became Clara Who. It did. But that's fine. You see, the thing is, unlike some sections of the communities, if you like someone, that's cool. It's absolutely fine by me. You know, it's oh, I forgot to say hello to the real Super Doctor. Mostly, sorry, I didn't realise you were here. Thank you for joining us. You know, that's fine. We can't all like the same thing, and you know, that's the whole point, isn't it? That's what makes it exciting and interesting. But the thing is, I'm looking forward to the 60th. I'm not going to lie. I know the wife is, so which is amazing. So she might actually sit down and watch some Doctor Who with me for a change instead of just going at me. Or in some of her words, why do you actually put yourself through it? But there you go. Ingrid, how dare you? Actually, Amy's probably my favourite new companions after Sarah Jane, because, well, Sarah Jane will always be the best companion ever. It's as simple as that. But Amy was okay. Look at that. We could disagree without shrieking profanities at each other. Imagine that. I know. It's shockingly refreshing, isn't it, in this wonderful day and age and the world of Twitter and God knows what else, where somebody expresses opinion and somebody goes, well, I don't agree with you. I mean, I've always said, whatever happened to, let's just agree to disagree. Nothing wrong with that. Just because we don't agree on things doesn't mean we can't still be friends. That's just absolutely childish, to be fair. Hello, Bad Wolf. I'd rather have Clara the Who than Jodie Who. Well, fortunately, that's gone now. Thank God. I like Clara, but I didn't think she was eye candy. I thought she was very funny looking. Fair enough. Can't stand Catherine Tate either. Did like Martha. Did not like Rose. Amy Pond is my favourite from recent times. Absolutely cool. Brilliant. Blast of the Blast. Joe Grant is my favourite. We all understand why. Another great companion. I don't think there'll be any issues. It's all talk. When actors talk to magazines and stuff, it doesn't reflect their character. Exactly. Absolutely. Rory's an absolutely most relatable companion of all. Yeah, Rory was good, actually. I quite like Rory. He was all right. Sarah Jane, number one. Always will do. Always will be. I didn't like Sarah Jane in Classic Who. Loved doing Sarah Jane Adventures. Cool. Awesome. Sorry, guys. Got to drop crashing streams due to the clocks going back. Yeah, well, I had that problem. I got invited to... I'm on Wookiee stream again on Saturday, which is going to be 3 o'clock, but then you realise the clock's is 2 o'clock. So I understand about the clashing of the clocks. And hello, Bad Wolf. So there you go. So article reported on, I think we've come to the conclusion, who gives a shit? Let's just ignore it. Whatever she's saying, it's a crock of crap. End of problem. But it's something that needs to be mentioned because it was there and somebody's bound to say something. The only modern companion I couldn't abide was Yaz. But Yaz wasn't really a companion. She was a lump of wood. No, wait. Brian Pond Williams is the truest companion. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, Yaz doesn't count. Got ahead for a few minutes, bring Ted out. It's okay, mate. I've got to bring this to a close any case. It's school night and I've got to do stuff. I don't remember too long. Agreed. Plank from Ed and Eddie had more expressions. Ed and Eddie. Oh, that was a show. I used to love that show. Radio Times always claiming the Disney Plus deal. Exactly. Which is the one I read out what was said, and that's the best way to do it. And see, the thing is, I don't mind people saying stuff as long as it's clarified, and I think they need to learn to do that. Otherwise, we can see how quickly things can roll before anything's happened. One thing that perhaps the BBC, Bad Wolf, and that need to know is communicate. Be a bit more clear in what you're saying and make people understand. And people like myself will come out and report it out on YouTube so people can sort of see it as well. And good communication is always better. It's always better to make it as crystal clear as possible. I understand things can't always be crystal clear because sometimes you can't say something, but there you go. Thank you very much, Jack. Like your new room, Jack. I like your new display table for your figures. Good flag on there. Best flag in the world. Ted for the new K9. Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring it to a close. Thank you for all of you being there. Thank you for the chat. Thanks for that. And as you can see, we can all act like adults and just disagree over stuff. It's absolutely fine. So, with that, and as always, and until the next one, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. That'd be great. Stuck at 222 subs. Be nice to get 300 by Christmas. It's never going to happen. But in any case, can always try. So, as I said, with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll catch you very shortly in the next one.